The first time Amara noticed the mark, she was 10. A faint, winding vein snaked along the back of her thigh, barely visible beneath her skin. Her grandmother, Nanny, had seen it first. The old woman's face had twisted with something Amara later recognized as sorrow. "Stay away from love, Beatty," Nanny had whispered. "You are marked." At 10, love was a silly word, a thing for grown-ups. Amara didn't understand. By 25, she understood far too well. They all died. Her first boyfriend, Marcus, drowned in the Cara River. Her second, Julian, collapsed from a heart attack at 22. The third, Daniel, was hit by a stray bullet while waiting for a taxi. The fourth, Stephen, slipped and fell from a rooftop, breaking his neck. At first, Amara told herself it was coincidence. Bad luck. A cruel joke from the universe. But then there were the nights. The nightmares. Every full moon, she woke with a metallic taste on her tongue, as if she'd bitten something in her sleep. Sheets damp with sweat, the faint scent of musk and decay clinging to her skin. And the dreams. A snake coiling around her body, its scales pressing into her flesh. A weight on her chest, its forked tongue flicking against her lips. One night, she woke to see a shadow slithering along the ceiling, its eyes gleaming in the dark. The worst was the feeling that something was always watching her. In the reflection of windows, in the stillness of her bedroom, in the rustling of leaves outside. And sometimes, when she lay in bed alone, she felt something move beneath her skin. When she met Elijah, she swore she wouldn't fall in love again. She ignored the way his laughter curled around her ribs, how his voice settled into the hollow places inside her. She told herself she didn't care when he brushed his fingers against hers. But love is a stubborn thing. It grows in silence, takes root in places you don't expect. And soon, Elijah was hers, and she was his. For the first time, she let herself believe. Maybe the curse was just an old woman's warning. Maybe the deaths were just life's cruel randomness. Maybe this time would be different. The night before the full moon, Nanny called. "Child," she said, voice heavy. "It's waking up." Amara nearly dropped the phone. "What?" "The serpent. You think it sleeps, but it only waits." A chill ran down Amara's spine. "Nanny, please. You must leave him." "No." Silence. And then, softer. "Then he will die." Amara's throat tightened. "I won't let that happen." She went to the only place she knew might hold answers, the temple on the hill. The priest listened as she spoke, his face unreadable. When she finished, he sighed. "There is a ritual, a way to cleanse the spirit." Hope flared in her chest. "What do I have to do?" "It will not be easy. The serpent will resist." "I don't care." The night of the full moon, she prepared. She drew the sacred symbols on her skin, burned the offerings, whispered the prayers. The air grew thick with the scent of sandalwood and decay. The shadows in the room twisted. And then, pain, a searing, burning pain along her spine. She collapsed to the ground, gasping. A hissing filled the air, a voice slithering into her mind. "You cannot be rid of me." Amara clenched her fists. "I won't let you take him." The snake's laughter was a dry rattle in her skull. "You misunderstand, child. I do not take. I give." Darkness swallowed her whole. She dreamed of the past. Faces of lost lovers blurred before her, their eyes filled with unspoken terror. She saw Marcus gasping for air, clawing at the riverbank. Julian's face twisted in pain, his heart giving out. Daniel, staring in shock as blood bloomed on his chest. Stephen, screaming as he fell into the abyss. The serpent was always there, in the shadows, unseen but ever present. She watched as it slithered back into her flesh each time, satisfied. A scream echoed in her mind. Then silence. She woke to Elijah's arms around her. "You're burning up," he murmured, pressing a hand to her forehead. "What happened?" Amara's breath hitched. The room smelled clean. No more musk, no more decay. She flexed her fingers. No pain. No weight on her chest. Had it worked? She let out a shaky laugh. I think I'm okay." Elijah kissed her forehead. "See? Nothing to be afraid of." For the first time in years, Amara allowed herself to believe it. 3 nights later, she saw it. Elijah stood by the mirror, towel slung low on his hips, steam curling from his skin. He turned slightly, and the bathroom light caught something on his back. A faint, winding vein. Her breath stilled. Her body went cold. "Elijah," she whispered. "Turn around." He frowned, but did as she asked. "What is it?" Her stomach lurched. The mark curled along his spine, faint but unmistakable. A snake, coiled and waiting. She stumbled backward. No. No. What? He laughed, confused. "Babe, it's just a birthmark." A sob clawed its way up her throat. Because she knew better. She had won. She had fought. She had survived. But the snake had not died. It had simply moved. Outside, the full moon hung low in the sky. And in the mirror's reflection, Elijah's eyes flashed gold. And somewhere deep within her, she felt the absence of something that had always been there. A hollow waiting space. The curse lived on.